So in effect, I met her here. We just designed the ring. By the time it was finished, we were dating, and the rest is sort of history. We were married in following February. My son, by this marriage, was born the week before Fair opened in '92. Yeah, '92. And my daughter was born the week after Fair closed in '93. And so they've both grown up here. And this has become sort of a second home. And it has a very special place. And yes, we're still together. She's getting dressed right now upstairs, and when she comes down, maybe we'll introduce you to her. And it was one of those things that we tried several other Renaissance festivals in the beginning, and none of them had the atmosphere, none of them had the feeling that Maryland has. So this is the only place that I do a Renaissance festival.
Do you have, I know that you said it's difficult to nail down, but do you think it has to do with the Smith family? Do you think it's the type of people or the people that come here every week, or are there any leads you could give us on the answer to that?
I think it has a lot to do with the Smith family. The people that run and manage Jules and his brothers. I do a lot of shows in a lot of different places, as I said, and they are some of the hardest working people that I have ever run into that put, I mean, the amount of effort they put into making this place work and stay what it is incredible. And yeah, I think it is directly for, if you wanted to look at it in that sense, the Smiths start at the top. The shop owners that are here are the next part of that, the actors and performers. It's a family. It really is a village. We don't necessarily socialize with a lot of the different people here during the off season because our lives go in different directions. But it's like when we come back 2 weeks, 3 weeks before opening to get the booths cleaned up and get them ready. People are coming in from different places, and it's like, good to see you. How you been this year? What's been happening in your life? And it's almost like there's a time warp. From the day you said goodbye at closing of the festival the year before to the day you say hello, the opening day of the festival at this time, it's like you catch up on everything, and all of a sudden it becomes a village, almost like it was here the whole time, and you were just here, and it just opened, and you were ready for the public. It's an amazing feeling. It really is, to find that someplace in the modern world that we live in, where everything is in such a hurry to get from one place to another, and you don't take the time to see what's going on around you. And so that's one of the things that makes it special and makes it what it is. And the Smiths are responsible for that being able to be because of the way they manage it and the way they run it. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to make a commercial for them, but I honestly do respect the family and what they do just about, probably more than just about anybody else I can think of. And so.
So, you know, on the subject of business, lately, in the last year or two, the economy has really had a lot of problems for a number of reasons. How have you been affected by that? Have you found that it's been different this year than previous years, this season so far? Or?
I would say it has affected it somewhat. Yes, I don't think you can be in this country in a business of any nature right now in the economy and not be affected somewhat. But we are staying busy here. People are spending money. They're coming and enjoying themselves. And I think that may be part of the atmosphere again. A number of shows I've done this year have been off. This one is right on a par again with what it was last year or the year before. People are enjoying themselves here. They can walk through those front gates and forget about all of the other stuff that's going on out there. There's no radios going in. Well, I take that back. There's a lot of cell phones and a lot of things like that, and which aren't supposed to exist in this day and age. But it is, after all, a Renaissance festival. But when you come in here, you do sort of leave a lot of that behind outside. And that's one of the things that makes it, again, a special place.
Let me ask you this. Along the lines of leaving things outside the gate, along the lines of leaving things outside the gates, one of the things that we're really interested in is talking to some of the vendors about their children and how they've been brought up. So, I mean, we will ask you to ask your children later, but from your point of view, your children grew up here. I presume that you brought them here.
Oh yeah, they've been here every year.
How do you think how do you think that affected them? I mean, were they, during these times they were not playing soccer, they were here. How do you think that affected them in some way?
Well, I can't be a parent and tell you that I haven't had some sort of ill effect on my children. That's just the way that works. But no, they've been exposed to a lot of different ideas, a lot of different types of people. They've been exposed to history, they've been exposed to literature, they are avid readers. I think it's actually been a good thing for them. It has given them a different perspective. I mean, they're both in high school at this point, so on Monday morning they will be back in high school doing what high school kids do. I'm not sure it affects in some ways their social life, because we're here on weekends, obviously. But I also think it has broadened their horizons a lot more than a lot of other children that don't have this experience. My daughter, for instance, who will turn 16 the last weekend of fair, wants to have her 16th birthday party here. And she was walking around opening weekend going, where'd all these little kids come from? When we were little, I don't remember having all these little kids to play with. The next generation has already started to be living and coming to fair with people that when I started 17 years ago were 20-somethings that have married and have children now, and so there's another whole generation of children. And it's an interesting thing watching it happen. They're well-mannered, they're very polite, they get along well under a lot of different circumstances. So,
I'm sorry, please.
No, go ahead.
What's this living situation like for you? Do you come on Friday and stay till Sunday evening, or how do you work that out?
We camp out here on the weekend and go home, and that's pretty much it. We've been doing it for forever, it seems like. It's kind of like, my wife said she always wanted a beach house. Well, this sort of became the second